What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake NBA DFS First Look. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I am from the WiseTake Nation. But you can visit directly at wisetake.com, and you can also follow me on Twitter at wise_take. We've got a smaller 4-game slate on a Tuesday, November 19th, getting close to the holidays, getting close to Thanksgiving. Luka Doncic doing what he does. Nothing new. Same old. Going for 70 or so. He was in the core article. Ricky Rubio really screwed me up. Him getting ruled out. Not that I was really big on Rubio, but I was big on Booker. And what ended up happening when Rubio was out is the Boston is just double teaming Booker every time he touches the ball. And quite frankly, without Rubio, there's just nobody there to get anyone the ball to score. And it's hurting me in multiple ways. I also had a big bet on the Suns. So Ricky Rubio, injuries happen. Hopefully you heal. You better have been fucking really hurt because after having 3 days off, I'm just saying, you had 3 days off. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully he's good to go. Back spasms are a bitch. With that said, for a 4-game slate, it's actually pretty decent. We've got some good games. We've got Portland against New Orleans. New Orleans, we know, terrible defensively, also fairly fast pace. The playing field a little more level, being that Portland's on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. We've got Golden State going up against Memphis. Memphis, not particularly a good team. That's always a good thing in a Golden State game because Golden State's biggest concern every game is can they hang around the game long enough. And some interesting spots we'll discuss there. Phoenix, Sacramento without the Aaron Fox. Phoenix is playing the back end of a back-to-back with some travel, leaving from home at Phoenix. They were at home for like 3 weeks straight or something like that, something crazy. No excuse for how they're playing against Boston other than Ricky Rubio's out, and he's honestly been the only real difference besides Baines in this team from last year. Then you got the late night hammer all by itself. You got the Oklahoma City Thunder. They'll be playing the back end of a back-to-back, visiting LeBron and Anthony Davis of the LA Lakers. Chris Paul getting to play his buddy, LeBron. So it's a pretty decent slate. We'll start off with New Orleans with their side of the ball. Lonzo Ball is questionable. Frank Jackson is questionable. Derek Favors has been ruled out. Okafor is doubtful, so they still seem like they're going to be a little thin as far as the bigs go. But Brandon Ingram also questionable, so they could be a little deeper at the guard. And even if Ingram plays, they'll still be somewhat thin at forward just because Josh Hart, we know, is also out. So if Ingram's out, we'll go right to Holiday. If Ingram's in, Holiday may be a little too expensive. If Frank Jackson and Lonzo Ball are both out, we can consider Neil Alexander-Walker, though his price has now risen to $4,900. Still, he's played really well when given the minutes. JJ Redick, all these guys, they've been priced up a little bit. Even when we go to the center, Melly, Kenrich Williams, and Jackson Hayes have all gotten price boosts. Hayes is $4,900 now. Now, here's the thing. Whiteside is terrible defensively. Like any center that's aggressive offensively is just tearing Whiteside up. The issue with Hayes is he's more or less right now just kind of a big body. Not like a high usage. You can see the shot attempts, even in 32 minutes, only 5 shot attempts. It's about his size. He's hopefully going to get you rebounds. And that's one thing Whiteside does really well, is rebounds. So I'm a little concerned with how the prices have increased here, including Nicolo Melli, who's been playing well also. But again, he was min-price the last 2 games. Now he's 4-4. I guess it'll depend on how the slate pans out, because in the meantime, these are still quality value plays, considering the minutes and usage that are going around. But it's all going to depend on how thin they actually are. Portland's been, they just got their teeth kicked in. It's a really good spot for Whiteside. Jackson Hayes, like I said, not really a high usage player, but young kid. Foul trouble is definitely a possibility with an active veteran center. It's a really good spot for Whiteside. Really good price for Whiteside as well. Nasir Little's only $3,500. This is probably a pretty good deal for him. You can see we were going through, and he's just shot really poorly. Against Houston, he got into some foul trouble trying to cover Harden, but he had a pretty good game. Just a really good price in a pace-up matchup against New Orleans, a team that is low on bigs, not very good rebounding, and is going to be missing some people. So I do think he's a little interesting. Like that shit. Anyway, moving on. Memphis. I still can't believe Jamal Murray was solo owned on Sunday. We only do articles on Sunday. I don't do the YouTube show, but I don't know how many times I've told everybody all year, point guards against Memphis is just money. An aggressive scoring point guard against Memphis is money. Now, the issue here is it Burks or is it Bowman? I mean, is it both? In the last game, Burks had the first opportunity to kind of take over and do that. And you could see in the shot attempts, he shot 2 for 13. So he got 30 minutes. It seemed like they intended on making him the feature guy. He just couldn't handle it. Meanwhile, Bowman, who they brought off the bench and ended up only playing 28 minutes, he balled out. Shot 8 for 16, 3 from 7 from 3, got a couple peripherals. But we want scoring guys, like guards that score against Memphis. So one of these guys, I mean, you would think that Bowman is the one that's got it, but Burks is a veteran. And again, I don't know that Bowman gets that many minutes if Burks is playing well. It seemed like they were relying on Burks to carry that offensive workload. And when he wasn't hitting a shot, they decided to lean more on Bowman, who was playing well. Either way, that's a spot we're going to want a piece of. Draymond Green is point guard eligible on DraftKings. That's hysterical. But he is only 6,200. Memphis, they have Jovel, they have Clark, they have Jaren Jackson. But I think Draymond can compete with those guys. On the Memphis side of the ball, Morant's been awesome. In a game that stays close, he probably does what he's been doing. It's been good to see him get up to the 30s, even if it's just 30. I think in a game like this where you expect, these teams to play somewhat close, I think this could be a nice spot for tournaments for Ja Morant as well. I'm cool with all these other guys like Brooks, Crowder. They're fine to rotate in and out. Really good spot for Jovel. Really good spot for Jovel. Against Utah, he got 30 minutes. That's a good sign. So again, it comes down to if this game stays close enough. But Golden State is terrible against bigs. I mean, Jovel should be able to do whatever he wants to do. So I do like that. Over on to the Phoenix-Sacramento side. If Rubio is out, I do think against a team like Sacramento that could be beneficial for Booker for the usage increase. Obviously, a lot of people would probably look to play Javon Carter, who started this game if Rubio is out, being that he's min price, and I'm fine with that. Kaminsky, Baines, all these guys are fine. One thing about, like, last year I'd be all over this game, and it's still probably fine for a 4-game slate, but Sacramento is not playing nearly as fast as they were playing last year, even before Fox got hurt, and I sure as hell don't expect them to step it up now that Fox is out. I think that Corey Joseph is a serviceable option. He just hasn't done a ton. Bogdanovich is 7-1 now, but his usage has just been so high. So if you are coming to this game, you're playing Bogdanovich, you're considering Hield because you know the shot attempts are going to be there. But there's definitely opportunity. Just keep in mind the game's not as fast. Also, Rashawn Holmes, who's been playing well and getting minutes. Phoenix has been terrible against big, so I think the Kings side is kind of interesting as far as like honing in on high usage players there. Just got to get it right. And then the last game, Anthony Davis is questionable. He's expected. I think he's probable. He's just not going for ceilings anymore. There's other bigs on the court to get the rebounds. I just wonder why he's there. It's like he's just there for the playoffs. That's like what it looks like at this point. Because McGee and all these other guys, including LeBron, are just grabbing all the boards. LeBron's been awesome, right? He's expensive, but he's been awesome. Even in a blowout against Atlanta, still went for 68. He's just been great. It's the late night hammer. Lakers have been just destroying teams. It's an interesting situation. Can these guys keep it close? If they do, you got to think it's like Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, some of these guys, right? Adams maybe, Gallo. Tough call. But either way, LeBron should be the most popular stud because he has been. People are adapting and they're finding ways to play him. So, pretty interesting spot. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you're notified whenever we do put out free DFS content on the channel. And guys, do me a favor, if you could all just hit the like button. Really goes a long way with the free content that we do. So if you do appreciate the free stuff, all we ask is to show us some love with a like. With that said, if you're looking for more DFS content, go visit us at WiseTake.com. We are a DFS premium content provider as well as a community. Our goal, we provide you with content daily to kind of help you, to kind of point out the plays that we're on to help you out. But we're really hoping that you catch on process, and our goal is to just make you a better player in the long run. So if you are interested in stepping up your game, if you're interested in learning how to play the game, check us out at WiseTake.com. You can try the content out for $2.50 with a day pass. You'll get access to all the NBA DFS content. Only thing you don't get is a Slack chat. Slack chat is for monthly members or higher. But if you just want to try the content out first, $2.50 all it costs for 1 day of access. It's 4-game slate, so no cheat sheets. We'll have my core plays article. We'll have a slate breakdown from Stevie Brown. And we'll have a Wise stream with me and Paulie D. At about 6 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours before lock. That's what we do. So it's always a good day for a day pass. Tuesday's no different. For myself, the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.